Today I want to sit down and show you how I've been doing my makeup lately, especially to wear a face mask at work. And I also wanted to show you a little trick I do to avoid acne when I'm wearing makeup and a face mask, especially with my oily acne prone skin. So if you're interested in what I've been doing for my makeup routine, just keep watching. Before I even begin with my makeup, I try to treat my face to avoid having acne. My dermatologist recommended this clindamycin 1%, and this is what I apply every morning before I start. I've noticed my face having a lot less breakouts when I use this, and I don't skip this in the morning. So for me, this is a must every day. It has like a sponge applicator, so I just swipe it all over my face and then let it dry. Now this is an actual medicine, so if you're interested in getting this, I recommend for you to talk with your dermatologist and see if that works for you, or if there's anything that works that fights acne for your skin. I recommend that you use that first, because at the same time that you're wearing makeup and a face mask, you want something that protects you against getting acne. Now moving on to makeup, I like to use a primer after this, and I love to use the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. If you've been here a while, you know I love this thing and I keep rebuying it because it's so good. I have been testing out other primers in the last few months, and now that I've been using the medicine, I've seen like it interacts with my primers. That hasn't been the case with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, so I have been using this non-stop. I actually am running out, so I have to buy more, but I just take a really small amount, just like about this much, and I try to like concentrate it on the center of my face and then just spread it on the perimeters. I think when I start with the center of my face, it protects me a lot more, especially because when I put the mask, like the problem area is just right here. Now I'm gonna move on to my brows, and to be honest, I don't do this step next like all the time. Sometimes I just skip it and do it like after my foundation and my concealer, but I do feel like when I do it right next to my primer or like after my primer, my brows look so much better. And if you wear a mask all the time, you know that this is where the game is at, you know? Like this is what frames your face. This is what like most people see. So if you have like nice shaped brows, I feel like your makeup just looks amazing, even though they don't even know what's going on behind that mask. So I've been shaping my brows with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Definer, and this is in the shade Ebony. I actually like the Brow Wiz a lot better, but influencers sent me this a while ago, and I feel like it will go to waste, so I just rather use it. And one of the things that I like to do is just first brush my brows and then start filling them in. And actually, I've had better brows or I have better days with my brows, I guess. But now that I fill them in, I feel like I can fake it. So I just go ahead and start with the bottom part. Fill them in as light as possible. And then I just brush the product up. And I'll just do one on camera so you can see the process. But I've done this on camera so many times before. So now after I fill them in, I like to shape them with my concealer. I use the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium Sand. And I like to apply that concealer with my Sigma E65 and just line like the edges of my brows, and it kind of cleans them. Now after I shape them, I like to use like a concealer brush to kind of blend that concealer in. But you can also use like a shader brush or like a dense brush. I don't know if you can tell, but my face just looks so much better just by doing the brows. So I'm really excited. And for the next step, I'm going to go with my foundation, and I like to use the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Makeup. I use it in the shade 3W2. This is the only foundation I've been using to go to work, especially when I'm wearing a face mask. I mean, besides testing out the Hydra foundation from the By Terry brand, I only use this one because I feel like I don't want to risk it with any other foundation, especially on a long day and knowing that I'm going to like be either taking my mask at lunch and sweating under my mask. I really don't want to risk it when I'm on a professional environment. So I just like to play it safe, and I use what I know it's going to work and last me all day, and that is this baby right here. Now in terms of application, I go back and forth with either a beauty sponge and I use the beauty blender, or one of my Sigma brushes. I feel like the best results that I've ever gotten is with the Sigma brush, and I have the theory that it's because the sponge has some moisture, so I'm applying the foundation with some moisture on it. So when I'm breathing behind my mask, it gets a little like sweaty. Now I do like the foundation with the beauty blender because I feel like it looks more natural and my skin looks so much radiant, but I do like the mattifying effect of the brush, and that I'm not applying any more moisture. I'm already breathing into my face, so I think that that's hot enough for me. So that's what I would recommend to you, just to use a brush sometimes compared to a beauty blender. I feel like it will last a lot longer, and I like to use my Sigma flat angle kabuki brush. This is the F86. I do have a lot of kabuki brushes from Sigma, but I like this because it's angled and it's such a nice way to like apply it, especially on like your double chin here. And if I do my brows, I feel like I still have a good angle to not ruin them when I am blending my foundation. Now the way I apply my foundation, as always, is I apply 2 pumps first and I blend one side, and then I go by parts. So that I go 2 pumps here and then 1 pump on my forehead, and then I blend it in. Well, this foundation dries fairly quickly, so I don't waste any time, and I go to my concealer next before it completely dries. I feel like if I let it dry, the concealer doesn't blend as well. So I just like apply it on specific places. Lately, I've only been highlighting these spots. When I blend my foundation with a brush, I like to also blend my concealer with a brush. For this, I'm using the Sigma F84, a angled kabuki brush. Remember to always blend this part the best because this is what people see. Alright, so once I checked my blending, there's no creasing underneath my eyes, I go straight to powder, and I like to use the RCMA no color powder. I have a mess right here. I sometimes apply it with a beauty blender, but I'm going to apply it with a brush at this moment. Now while doing this, you're going to notice that your face is going to look very matte, and as you guys know, I barely use any setting spray, so it may look like very matte at the end, but still I feel like it's okay because you're gonna get sweaty, you're gonna get a little bit of moisture while breathing underneath your mask. Now that my foundation is set and it feels locked in, I am going to apply more dimension to my face by applying some bronzer. My favorite bronzer of all times is the Hoola Benefit bronzer, but I did ran out and I ended up testing this Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. I gotta say it's not my favorite because I feel like it's a little muddy, but I've been using it lately and it's been doing its job. So I'm just gonna go and apply a little bit like on the perimeters of my face and the hollows of my cheeks. And I like to apply it with my Sigma F40. And lately what I've been doing is applying it just a little bit more like on the cheek area, like on this bone instead of lower. I feel like as I grow older, I want to like lift my face more than anything. So lately I've been just applying it on this area, and then I apply it on the perimeters to kind of like warm my face up. Sometimes I do apply a little bit on this area, like underneath my chin, but very little, not too much. Now once I apply my bronzer, I like to go with a really nice peachy blush, and I've been using the Too Faced Love Flush in the shade I Will Always Love You. I've been using this a lot, so yep, I hit pan and I'll keep using it forever until I'm completely done, because I really love this shade. I like to apply it with my Real Techniques blush brush, and again, I've been trying to apply it right over like this bone here. I apply just a tiny bit on like my cheeks, but mostly I apply it on this area. I like to still apply it on my nose and a little bit on my chin. Now the next step is going to be interesting because I've been changing how I highlight my face. So I will be using the Becca highlighter in the shade Opal. This is how it looks like. But lately what I've been doing is just applying highlighter on the high points of my cheeks, and that is it. I don't do anything else. Now the reason I've only been applying highlight on the high points of my cheeks is because I've noticed that when I apply my mask, or when I put my mask on, this part of my face still shows, and it's kind of nice to have that glow. However, when I apply highlight on like the middle of my face, it makes me look a little more greasy than I intend to. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I try to be very light and like apply a little bit of highlight here, or if I want to apply highlight on the center of my face, I will go on this part here and just a tiny bit. Like I didn't apply any more product, I would just use the residue that I had on my brush. If I want to be a little extra though, there's things that I do to my eyes, and I'll show you right now. If I want to be a little more extra with my eyes, I actually don't do any eyeshadow anymore. I mean, who has time anymore to do eyeshadows in the morning? But I do these two simple details, and I feel like it brings out the whole makeup, and people have complimented my skin and my makeup, and they only see this part. So having people compliment your makeup and how good it looks, even if your face is half covered, it's a huge compliment, at least for me. So all I do is I use a Stila waterproof liner, and I like to do a really nice short but really thin wing liner. And then after that, I'll go and highlight either like the inner corners and the brow bone, and it just makes it look so nice, like you took the time in the morning to do your makeup and do it well. Now if you've been here a while, you guys know I'm not an expert at doing wing liners, but I have been practicing enough to kind of pinpoint what looks good on me. I'm gonna bring my mirror a little closer. But I kind of want to show you exactly what I do to always have a really nice wing in the morning, and not to like redo my whole makeup or eye makeup to like fix any issues. So one of the things that I notice is that when I open my eyes, if I have a thick liner, my eyes look really like dark, and the black liner just takes over too much lid space, and I hate that look. So what I do now is I try to follow this line right here, especially since I learned that when you do your wing liner, the goal is to make your eyes look like a almond shape. So I follow this line here, this curve up to like my crease here. There's like a crease that I have here, so that'll be like my stopping point. So I follow this curve here and I stop at that crease, and then I form the wing and I stop right on the highest point of my eye. And the reason I do that is because I don't want this line here to be too thick. I'll show you right now what I explained. There are gonna be days where your wing looks so much better than other days. I feel like today it's a decent day, but it will all come together when I apply a really nice coat of mascara. For that, I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lash Brag Mascara. I've reviewed this mascara on my channel, so check it out. But this is what I've been using lately, and I like to apply a really nice coat of mascara, and it would just make it look so much nicer and give me so much length. I really like it. I don't like to apply false lashes to work because it's way too much. So having a mascara that gives me some length and volume just makes it so much better. Now, as I mentioned, sometimes I do apply highlighter on the inner corner of my eyes, and when I do, it just makes everything look so much nicer. And then on my brow bone here. For those of you who love lipstick, I will disappoint you. I don't apply lipstick anymore at all. I mean, what's the point? No one's gonna see it. I don't even put like a lip balm. I probably should, but I really don't. I only just like to like clean my lips with like a tissue or with some makeup remover just to make it look nice. Have I used lipstick before? Yes. And if I'm being honest, I feel like a liquid lipstick, it's the best choice if you're gonna use a lipstick underneath your mask. And this is how my face looks like once I take my makeup off my lips. And I don't know, it works. It's very simple, but in this case, less is more, especially since the mask is covering like the half of your face, and you know, this is where the game is at. So I just rather keep it simple, keep it classy with a little bit of liner and a little bit of highlight. And I've gotten so much compliments, so I kind of want to do a sit down and show you what I've been doing for the last, I'm gonna say, what is it, has it been 6 months? I feel like I've been using face masks ever since March, right? I think that's when it all started. I wish it was over by now, but it doesn't seem like it's gonna be over anytime soon. So I do hope this video helps you out. And if you have any other kind of like tips for us, just leave them in the comment section below, because I would really love to know what to do to your makeup to have it be long lasting, or maybe to avoid acne. I haven't mastered, and I'm gonna be really honest, I haven't mastered not having like this sweaty spot around here. And I do feel like it's not oiliness, I do feel like it's sweat mostly. But when I take my mask and I block during the day, it doesn't really disturb my makeup. I did do a clip of my makeup at the end of the day, and this is how it looked like. So as you can see, it's still, it may be a little oily, but I'm talking that this was just like a more than 12-hour wear, like literally. I put my makeup up at around 7 o'clock, and this clip was around 8, almost 9 o'clock before I went to bed. So that's why I wanted to show you what I do. Now, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful to you. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification button. That way you get notified every time I post. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Now, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it would. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful. Now don't forget to now don't forget to give, oh my god. Stop it. Now don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful to you. I can't believe I did it. My makeup is on point today. I really like it. I think I'm gonna go to Starbucks and show it off. Yep.